From 1947 to 1969, the Air Force investigated thousands of UFO sightings out of genuine concern for national security.
The United States Air Force is constantly on the alert 24 hours a day. We're interested in anything that flies in our atmosphere.
It began with Project Sign, continued with Project Grudge, and officially became known as Project Blue Book in 1952. The three projects comprised the largest government investigation of UFOs ever undertaken. Project Blue Book's objectives were to scientifically analyze UFO data and determine whether UFOs posed a threat to national security. Of the more than 12,000 Project Blue Book UFO sightings, the vast majority were explained as birds, planes, stars, or clouds. 6% had no conventional explanation, and the Air Force classified them as unidentified. One file is known as Incident 398, a triangular UFO sighting in Baltimore in 1949. At 6:30 p.m., the witness reports something moving through the clouds. He thinks it may be an aircraft, but not like anything he saw in the war.
He noticed not one, not two, not three, but numerous triangular UFOs during daylight hours.
Project Blue Book states that the eyewitness reported seeing approximately 15 to 20 V-shaped objects flying in circular formation. He remarked that they did not look like any conventional aircraft he knew of. They were black, very maneuverable, and capable of great speed. Being an art student, the witness sketched what he saw. He drew the shape of the unidentified objects as triangular. The witness contacted the Air Force to report the unusual sighting. Investigators arrived for an interview, and he presented his sketch. The distance of the objects makes it difficult to interpret, but at first glance, it appears to be birds. The eyewitness insisted they were not. Air Force investigators later determined that the objects were not detected by radar, nor were they seen by any pilots flying in the vicinity. Their final report could not confirm or deny the student's account, but years later, a new theory would come to light. It turns out there was a top-secret program at the time that might fit the Baltimore case. The Northrop YB-49, or Flying Wing.
In 1949, Northrop had been testing the Flying Wing aircraft in various forms for a couple of years. And that was an extraordinary-looking aircraft for the era. It still is, really. The Flying Wing was not a very maneuverable aircraft. Any hard maneuvering would cause the aircraft to fall out of the sky. It's an aircraft you had to fly very carefully even then. And if you've got people claiming that they're seeing multiple flying wings at any given time in the 40s or 50s, it just didn't happen. There weren't that many aircraft.
Marler's own investigation ends just as the Air Force's had in the 1940s, inconclusive and unsolved.